Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy, Rory or Cruze, bringing you another video. So this one, as the title tells, is going to be a question and answer video. So I posted on Twitter 2 days ago or so for you guys to give me some questions. So yeah, I got about 10 or 12 to answer here, so I'll try and make them most in-depth but quick as possible so the video doesn't drag on for too long. And before we start, we're playing our National Circuit matches on tomorrow, on Friday the 26th of January, so we have 3 matches. The first one's at 7 PM against Taboo. The second one is at 8:30 PM against HRZM, which is Hopi Zeppa Rival Naka, or the ex-Atletico roster. And the third match is at 10 PM against Frontline Esports. So all those games are in Australian Eastern Time, so it's at 7, 8:30 and 10 Australian time, and New Zealand time that is 9, 10:30 and 12 are the start times for those games. So I'll be streaming those, so the link is in the description for my stream, and my Twitter if you want to follow. I'll be tweeting out when we're playing and what time, etc. For the other matches as well, we've got a couple more next week, and then 2 more the week after, or 1 more the week after or something. So yeah, that's just touching on that before we get into the video. So here's the questions. The first question is from Pixar. He says, what sacrifices in real life do you have to make in order to grind the game? It's varied from person to person, but for me personally, I don't make that many sacrifices other than investing a lot of time into the game. I still go to the gym, I still hang out with my friends, I still went to school. I just finished school, so I'll be getting a job soon. Next year I'll be going to uni, so I still do a lot of stuff outside of video gaming, but I do invest a lot of time into it as well. Next question is from Cruze, or Super Krillin, who says, what team are you most afraid of coming into the Pro League, and also thoughts on Hafez leaving the team? I'll answer the second part first. So as you guys probably saw, Hafez left our team earlier this week to team with Lakey, Beaston and Fate. So my thoughts on that are most people in his shoes probably would have done the same thing, going from playing with top 8 players in a top 8 team to playing with people who have been to international events and placed pretty well and in the top 4 like most of their careers. So obviously it's a good learning move for him, and I would probably know a lot of people who would have done exactly the same thing in his shoes. To answer the first part, what team are you most afraid of coming to the Pro League? I don't think my team and I are afraid of any teams, but to rearrange that question to say who the best team is, I think the best team is definitely either Sif or Taboo. I think Taboo are probably a little bit better at the moment, and maybe Tainted Minds could be if they come out like firing. I know they had a bit of a slow start to the year, but I reckon those guys can make waves if they all play well. So yeah. Next question is from Rosiah, and he says, best teammate you've ever teamed with? My favourite teammate would probably have to be Beck. I haven't played with him for that much, but we did team and go to CGP LAN together. But that guy has taught me a lot of stuff about COD in the last year, and I'm really grateful for that, because I think I've got a lot of experience as a player now from playing with him, and I've learned a lot of stuff about myself as a player, and I've improved on a lot of my flaws. Best ways and tips to improve as a player, and how do you get as many girls as yourself, from Ezurad. The best ways and tips on how to improve as a player would honestly be just put in the time. You have to grind it out. If you're not in a good team and you're not placing well, stick it out, keep going. If it's something that you want, if you really want to win and you put in the time, then I guarantee you will see more results from yourself. And if you put in the time, then you'll play better. Honestly, I've been playing a ridiculous amount in the last 2 weeks, and my ability has gotten a lot better than before I started playing, like before Christmas. So I honestly think I'm a lot of a better player now than I was earlier, and I put most of that into putting in time and putting in good practice and watching a lot of VODs. That helps as well, keeping up to date with what the pros are doing, maybe stealing some of their strategies, stealing some of their break-offs, just influencing their stuff into your game to make you a better player. That was from Ezurad. So the next question is from Cameron, or Cameron6, and he says, FMK your teammates, so fuck, marry, kill. Alright, so I would fuck Spades. He is a beautiful man. I've only met him once, and that was at PAX. So that was fun. He's a good looker. He's easy on the eyes. I think I'd definitely do that with him. I would definitely marry Guy. Guy would be a great person to be in a long-term relationship with. He's already succeeding in one right now, so I wouldn't mind being married to Guy. I think he'd make a good wife. So that leaves Joel. Sorry mate, but you're getting killed. So yeah, that's my answer to that. Next question is from Brackheads or Louis or Muzzy, who says, "What are your plans for this COD, and what do you hope to happen? How do you want them to happen, or whatever?" My plans for this COD are my goals for this COD are to place in the top 4 of every national circuit and just try and prove myself as a player and with my team as well. I think that my team is full of potential, and with the right attitude and time invested into the game and learning, we can be definitely in the top 4 this year. And my main goal is to make champs this year, so a lot of people are going to say that's impossible or not going to happen, but I'm going to work hard to make that happen, and I really want to go, so that would be a dream for me. Next question is from Jared or J Mentos, who says, "Any tips for new players to the APAC scene wanting to make it big?" I was hoping I got asked a question like this because I think some people answer this question different ways, but my honest answer would be what I did, which is play with people on your skill level and don't expect to be put into a team with people that are better than you. You got to earn your right to be in a good team. So even if you're playing with people who you think you're better than, stick it out with them and grind as a team, get better as a player, and playing with the same people will honestly make you better. Unless you get a really, really good team offer, I would say that sticking out with a team is the best way to improve as a player, and especially as a team. If you want to see results, then that's probably the best way to do it. And also just investing a lot of time into the game, which improves, like I said before. The most consistent APAC players, apart from MF players, placing wise and skill wise, I'd say that my top 2, just off the top of my head, would be Damage and Fate. These guys have been at the top since AW, and for Hayden, or Damage, obviously, he was at the top in Ghost as well, and Fate was there or thereabouts. So I think those guys have been pretty consistent, and I'd say that they are probably some of the best players in our region outside of Mindfreak. Next question is from Sisley, who says, "Is it true that I'm your hard counter?" If you guys didn't see, Sisley's team beat us in the CGP qualification match the other day after we played for like 13 hours or something. It was something ridiculous like that, but I think that series losing was a good thing for us. We learned a lot, and I really don't mind about CGP, but congratulations, you beat us. You can have that victory, and you're definitely not my hard counter though. Next question is from April of Viper, who says, "Thoughts on what makes a good teammate and a bad teammate, and your COD Relators goals for this year, and what do you plan to do to achieve them?" I already answered the second part of the question, so what are my thoughts on what makes a good teammate and a bad teammate? Good teammate is someone who you can talk to about anything outside of the game, people that you can trust, someone that wants to learn and improve as a player, and especially someone that wants to do that with you, rather than doing it like by themselves or making you do it by yourself. A bad teammate is someone who's toxic in the game, someone who not so much gets mad, because I know getting mad is not necessarily a bad thing at your teammates, but you have to get mad. If you're going to get mad at your teammates, it has to be in the right way. Like, you have to do it and then explain what they did wrong and try and help them to learn, rather than some people who just scream at their teammates, get fucked off with them, and don't actually tell them how to improve their game at all, and just get mad at them, and that's about it, and they don't help them, and then they probably just end up leaving the team. And people like that, I don't even know why they play. Like, they're not going to succeed, so there's no point. Next question is from Vads Tweets Too Much, or Christopher, who says, "Favorite teammate and why?" My favorite teammate right now, I think this question's about like right now. I've already answered in general, but right now on my current team, I'd have to say Guy. Or Gydra. He is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet inside and outside of the game. He has spent a lot, since this game came out, he's been trying to teach me a lot and try to help me improve as a player. So I am very grateful for that, and I've known him for a lot of years. but it's been good teaming with him on and off. Well, not on and off, but for this whole year, and then some of last year as well. So that was fun, and I really enjoyed playing and getting to know Guy. Next question is 5 best mates you've made through the APAC COD scene. Carrie number 1. Oh, that's from Cameron, by the way. So Carrie or Nathan would be number 1. Number 2 would be Lomax. Number 3 would be Bakovic. Number 4 would be Guy or Guydra. And number 5 would probably be maybe Shredder. Yeah, probably Shredder. This is the second to last question from Cruze, who says, who do you think are the current top 5 best under 18s? Please answer me to boost my ego. Top 5 under 18s, probably your team at the moment, so Cruze, Pred, Luke, and Immense, I'd say are the top 4. And then 5th best is probably Customs, or maybe Alcazar. I don't really know that many under 18s because I haven't really played them that much on this game, but going from what I've seen on Twitter and in some games, I'd say those guys are the best. And the last question is from Rocco, or Prodigy Rocco, the gym lad, who says, which 5 players in ANZ had the best shots? I'd say that the 3 best are Dennis Shocks on Fighter, obviously. I don't think many other people would say otherwise. I think the 4th best is probably Excite, or Cody. I think he's got a really good shot on this game especially. I don't often find myself having a fun time against him in gunfights. And then the last person would be Mecha. This guy is an absolute animal with an AR, and he is consistently destroying me every time I see him, and he's probably one of the hardest gunfights on the map. So, yeah, so I'd say Dennis Shocks Fighter, Mecha, and Excite. Yeah, so that is the last question for the day, and that wraps up the Q&A. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll put my stream link and Twitter below, as I said earlier, about the National Circuit matches, and my org Twitter, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping them a follow to keep up to date with us as well. That would be fantastic. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.